She'd also do tours of mega mansions talking about how she buys them all the time. She'd be in expensive sports cards and say shit like, I don't have a license, but that doesn't mean that I still can't own the goddamn Batmobile. And then she'd do like a fan of money, like she was a magician, asking you to pick a card, but the only card there was Benjamin Franklin's. The content was basically just, here's a 9-year-old who's saying absurd things and has a seemingly absurd amount of money. Now, obviously, no 9-year-old is going to really act this way. This was all a persona. But it turns out it wasn't like her idea or anything. It's actually a pretty sad situation. As more details arose here, it turns out the people closest to her were the ones basically controlling her whole life. They gave her this role that she was forced to play. They'd tell her what to do and what to say, and they'd get all of the expensive cars and mansions set up so that way she could go film content in there and flex on everyone so that way they could capitalize off of her viral fame. It's a classic case that we've seen a million times in Hollywood with absolutely degenerate scum using their kids to live vicariously through and make money off of. It's just abhorrent shit, really. Now, obviously, when this news broke, everyone was surprised and upset. However, there was a small number of people who got suspicious because in the past, the Lil Tay Instagram account has actually posted something out of the blue before with some very disturbing allegations. It's since been deleted and buried, but it was enough to at least put it on people's radar as something that maybe requires a little more investigation just to ensure that there's no fishy business or it's not some kind of lie or some hacker pretending to be the family of Lil Tay and making this announcement. So there's a group of people that did some super sleuthing, cosplaying as L from Death Note and just putting together the puzzle pieces, and most notably this included TMZ. So they had been contacting like police departments as well as other organizations just asking if they had any death certificates or records of her passing or her brother's passing, to which they all said no. And eventually, TMZ apparently got in contact with Lil Tay herself directly, who confirmed that it was all a ruse. Her and her brother are very much alive, and all of this hoopla was the result of a hacker getting access to her Instagram. She said, I want to make it clear that my brother and I are safe and alive, but I'm completely heartbroken and struggling to even find the right words to say. It's been a very traumatizing 24 hours. Now, this whole situation is so fucking weird then, because there's actually an even deeper layer here. The question would obviously be, why would a hacker bother doing this? Like, this doesn't make any sense. And right now, the leading theory is that it ties into crypto. And let me explain. I actually learned about this from a publication speculating on why this might have even been posted in the first place. So it turns out there is a crypto coin called Lil Tay token, and it's existed for a little while now, though I don't think it's fully released or anything like that. But in the wake of all of this information here with like you fake out that Lil Tay and her brother are dead, people were wondering what the fuck would anyone even gain by making up that lie.